Hi everyone, it's me again. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to review the chapter that came out for My Hero Academia 330. I believe the name is Me and Myself. And we get a introduction about Stars and Stripes. I've been saying her name wrong. I'll call her Star and Stripes, but apparently it's Stars and Stripes. So we get to see her quirk in action, and we see just how good of a quirk it is, and a quite dangerous one. But first of things, the cover for this week's chapter, man, I love it. It was a very good cover. I just love how Deku is at the top with the hand, and we see Shigaraki at the bottom also with ham, but it appears it has like a hole in it. So that's one thing I found very interesting about the cover. Very, very cool cover, man. So the chapter begins immediately Shigaraki against Stars and Stripes, and the fight looks pretty dope. We see Shigaraki immediately using multiple quirks at once. I mean, he's literally using right here radio waves plus push plus load up. However, Stars and Stripes and her pilots, they're able to dodge the attacks. Then we see Stars and Stripes quirk in action, and we learn, man, just how cool of a quirk she has. Stars and Stripes' quirk is called New Order. After touching a target and calling out its name, she's able to impose a new rule. However, there are limits to her quirk. During her fight against Shigaraki, she touches the atmosphere and creates a rule to create a vacuum. And we see immediately starts affecting Shigaraki. But I guess there's a time limit to this attack because Shigaraki used like an attack reflection and refraction, and we see that there's a time limit to how long the new rule stands. Also, she can only use two rules at once, and we see she's using one of those rules to give her super strength. It said it doesn't compare to All Might, but she's still a force to be reckoned with. Then we get a little bit of a backstory about Stars and Stripes, and this makes it even way cooler of a character. Apparently, Stars and Stripes was saved by All Might when a runaway villain attacked her car, and she was begging for her sister to be at least saved. And after she saw All Might and saw, his hair to Stars and Stripes, that really stood out, got into her heart. And when she became a hero, she styled her hair the same way as All Might, and we see that she has 8 of the the hair standing up. So I thought that was a really cool backstory. But it gets even cooler. This little girl is the same one from I believe the Two Heroes movies that came out, I think a couple of years ago. So I love that they made the movie canon right here. So very, very dope. And as the fight continues, Stars and Stripes is able to touch Shigaraki and even call out his name. And she imposes a new rule. If he were to move an inch, his heart will stop. So goodness, Stars and Stripes quirk, it's incredibly powerful. We see some of the limitations, but I wonder if there are more limitations. Like, could she ask someone to die? That's one of the things that I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking there must be certain rules that she cannot just create. However, this rule doesn't work on Shigaraki. And we learn why. And the reason is just so horrifying. We learned that All for One is about 98% done, fusing with Shigaraki, as we see in this creepy and horrifying panel. But we also learn something even more horrendous is happening at the moment. As they are merging together, they're becoming an entirely different being, which literally explains why the rule doesn't work. This person is no longer Shigaraki nor All for One. This is becoming a different entire person. And as Shigaraki's hatred starts increasing, he begins recalling when his hatred was born, and he begins recalling his house, how that hatred was born there, and how it got nurtured to the point, you know, what happens there, where he accidentally killed his family, but he did kill his dad intentionally because he just couldn't handle it anymore. And the chapter just ends here. We just see like black lightning from that fight. We don't know what happens, and unfortunately we're not even gonna be able to see what happens next week as they're going on break. So we're gonna have to wait 2 weeks. So that's a little bit bummer. I kind of hate cliffhangers, especially something as good as this. But amazing chapter. I really love to see Stars and Stripes quirk in action, and we see why All for One wants to steal it. It's an incredibly good quirk and an incredibly powerful one. If Shigaraki were to steal this quirk, yeah, it's gonna change the outcome of the war in an instant, like this, because he could impose so many different rules. I don't know if he were to get this quirk, he would be like, oh, if he sees Deku's like, oh, give me one for all. I wonder if he'll be able to impose a rule just like that if he were to get the quirk. I still don't see any other limitations other than you only imposing 2 rules at once. But I wonder if there are limitations to the rules that she can apply to. Like I stated before, will she able to be asked to someone to die? Who knows? So that's what I'm wondering. But anyways, it was a great chapter this week. I'm very excited to see more. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the next video. Bye.